What's being called a multi-hazard storm, bringing severe gales, heavy rain and significant snowfall, is set to hit much of the UK over New Year, with weather warnings issued for much of the country.
Well, this comes, of course, as tens of thousands of passengers have had their Christmas travel disrupted, with dozens of flights in and out of Gatwick Airport in particular cancelled due to very thick fog, lingering fog. In a moment, we're going to speak to Nick Dixon, who's at Gatwick for us. But first, we'll go to Nithya Rajan, who's in Perth this morning. Morning, Nithya. Well, I mean, you could call it perfect timing, couldn't you, in a way? I mean, Scotland had already been warned of significant disruption in the build-up to the big night for them, Hogmanay.
Morning, Richard. Yes, several disruptions already in place, and it's not just the build-up to Hogmanay, but also it's expected to last well beyond the celebrations. John Swinney is urging people here to check online at the Scottish Environment Protection Agency website, as well as the Met Office, with regard to the warnings. I mean, we certainly saw a number of warnings across the motorways here as we were driving down for yellow snow warnings, but also cautioning against high winds. Now, last night, the traditional torchlight procession in Edinburgh was cancelled, with the organisers saying that there were high winds on particular parts of the route, which made it unsafe for the event to continue as planned. And that was cancelled, which would have no doubt brought disappointment to thousands of people who had already collected their torches. But in terms of what the weather looks like for today across the rest of the UK, I'll take you through some of the areas that will be sort of worst affected. There are a number of yellow warnings, as we already said, in place. Today, there are two warnings in place, one for wind in Yorkshire, another for rain and snow in Scotland. There are then snow, rain and wind warnings on New Year's Eve. And then before the multi-hazard storm hits on New Year's Day, the warnings stretch out all across the country. And just to remind people at home, a yellow warning for weather means that there is travel disruption likely to take place, so it's best to check before you travel.